5 years, eh? Well, I expect you'll notice a difference, sir. Things are better now. Here we are, sir.
Thank you. How much is that?
8 and 6pence, please.
8 and 6pence. Just a minute. Gone up, I think. There we are.
Thank you.
Oh, keep the change.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Good day.
Good day, sir.
Mrs. Dewey. Clive.
He's very not very well in circumstances. Father.
Clive. Well done, Clive. Save the waterworks till later. Eh?
Father.
Still doesn't run on time. Leave him, Mrs. Dewey. He's got to stand on his own 2 feet now.
But Mr. Sitchell, he's only 12.
It's very hard for all of us, but we can't turn the clock back.
He shouldn't be on his own today.
Please understand, Mrs. Dewey, I appreciate everything you've done, holding the fort, as it were. But I'm back now. Now, for a while, at least. So.
Oh, poor my little darling. All you've done is proud of you to do so. Such a credit to you.
Bless you, dear boy.
Poor darling. Oh, little darling. Oh, bless him. Excuse me. Such a credit to you, Mother.
Clive's Chronicles, Friday, the 26th of May, 1950. Late edition by Clive Sitchell. Special reporter. It was a grey day when they buried Mrs. Mary Sitchell, the famous playwright. Flags were only pulled half up the poles, and there was 2 minutes' silence. In London, the cabs and buses stopped, and foreigners were angry because they didn't understand, especially Germans. Crowds line the street as her cortege passes, pulled by dark horses. The ladies cry and the men squeeze their noses and look down. Mr. Churchill was sad too, but the King was unavailable for comment. Behind her coffin walk Henry, her husband, 52, of the Indian Civil Service, and her son Clive, 12, wearing a new black tie which cost 1 9. Clive remembers. Clive was born in India, but it seems only a dream now. They lived in a pale house, with columns and servants, and mist in the trees. But he sent Mary and Clive away.
Didn't expect to find you here, Clive. I was looking for you. Brought you this.
Thank you.
Oh, I'd forgotten that one. Similar. About 37, I suppose. Always tell her she wore too few clothes. But she never listened. We shouldn't be here, you know. It's not appropriate.
I wanted to say goodbye.
She can't hear you anymore, Clive. She's gone. To a better place, do you see?
I know she's dead, Father. It's all right.
What is this, anyway?
Something I made for her.
So you're a bit of a scribbler, eh?
I'm a journalist. Well, what do you think?
She was your mother, Clive. It wasn't a state funeral.
I was only trying to do it like the newspapers.
There's an H in Chronicle. I can't abide sickness. Beef tea and dried toast, talking in whispers. I'm not good at it. This room, it stifles me.
Is that why you sent us away? From India?
No one sent you away. Climate just didn't suit her. Besides, it was time to think about your education.
She didn't like India anyway. She told me. What will happen to me now?
We'll see. We'll see. Come on, let's go out. Have a good blow-through. Get rid of the cobwebs. We both need it. I got a surprise for you, Clive, if it's still here. I remember it being here. Ah, here it is. Oh, give me a hand, Clive. Oh, what a ruddy shame. You know, Let it go to pot. Well, now, don't just stand there, boy. Come on, jump aboard. That's it. Give me a hand. Put your jacket down. That's it. Now then, we just do this together. That's it. Push. Stop. That's it. Push. Push. Ah.
Father, where are the brakes?
The brakes there, just by you. You're in charge of the brakes. All right? That's it. Hey.
Father!
Push, boy. Push. Push, push. That's it. Ah.
Father!
Hey.
Father! Look out!
Accident. Hey, derailment. Oh, what fun, hmm? Lost in the jungle. Whoop, way. All right? Yeah. You could almost be in India here. Well, boys together.
There was a lady,
Hmm?
an Indian lady, who used to look after me.
No, you're Aya. Yes.
She used to throw me up in the air.
Oh.
She said she was giving me flying lessons. She smelt like a cake after it's been cooked. A cake with seeds. She was Gun. I called her Gun.
Gunavati.
I wrote to her from school, but she never replied.
No, I had to let her go.
Go? Where?
Well, you weren't there anymore, and, there wasn't a job for her, do you see? I took care of her, mind you. Your mother would have kept her on, of course. She was almost far too lenient with them. She said they were like children, but children know the rules.
What happened to her?
Oh, she went back to her family, I suppose. They all go back to their families. Well, we better get this thing back, hmm? Always leave things just as you find them. Oh, sorry. Give me a hand, though. We're going to lift it. I see people's driving hasn't improved while I've been away. Ah, here we are. Ah, good morning. Ah,
Mr. Sitchell.
good day to you.
This is a nice surprise, and Master Clive, thank you, Tom, today.
What?
Oh, sorry to hear about your loss, sir.
Oh, yes. Yes. Now, it's hamburgers for the boys. That's what we're after, right, Clive? Yes, we'll have some of those. A big bag. Oh, and some of those round ones. Yes, gobrammers, isn't it?
Gobstoppers.
Gobstoppers, yes, quite so, quite
Father.
so. Yes, some of those, yes. Nice and sticky, they look.
Father.
Yeah, some of those stripy ones, half a pound of those. And some chocolate.
Thank you, Tom, today, sir. Be happy to oblige you, sir, but...
It's all right, Father. I've got some coupons.
Oh, rationing. I'd forgotten. Well, what can you get for that?
4 ounces of dolly mixture.
Dolly mixtures?
It's all right, Father. I like them. Honestly.
Boy, not a girl. Come on, Clive.
He's back then, Master Clive.
He'll be going again soon.
Oh,
Come on, Clive. We've got to get you changed to school. Thank you. Oh, wonderful places, railway stations, all that excitement, anticipation. Look at those lines. Hey, oh. Tingling, waiting, and sleepers. You know, I never could understand why they call them sleepers. Never seen anything more alive. Huh. Here, here's your ticket. Yes, now. Yes, you jump in. Back in a jiffy. Driver Wilcox. Good man. You'll be safe with him.
Oh, I'll see you in the holes.
That's right. I've got plans for us, my boy.
What do you mean?
Soon have you sorted out. Oh, we're going to have a grand time together. You just trust old Henry, eh? Trust Henry. Trust Henry!
Bye, Father.
Steady here, boys. Watch it slow.
Bad luck, Mitchell. Yeah, sorry about your mother. Didn't let you off the run then. You sneaky. Sorry, you know. Bet your mother deceased from that. Do you miss her?
What do you think, Ransom?
Still, you got your old man back, didn't you? I mean, loose and tanner and fine sixpence, eh?
Ah, heavy. We did take all the drawers out, didn't we? Oh, these things are damned awkward. Right,
What on earth's going on?
Oh, out with the old and in with the new. Hey, Mrs. Dewey?
Isn't it all a bit soon? It's his mother's room, after all.
Oh, there'll be no objections from Clive, I can assure you. He's going to get the surprise of his life.
Mr. Sitchell, please, please. I don't think you realise how upset Clive has been. Really, I don't think this is a time for more changes.
You just leave Clive to me. I wouldn't stand there if I were you, Mrs. Dewey. Steady.
Hey, Inky, leave me alone, can't you? Don't be such a pill. Let's take the shortcut. I'll say something special, just for you. Come on, come on.
Beach running, eh? Where'd you get them? Some from my mother. She won't miss them. What's he like? You know, your dad.
I don't know. I haven't seen him for 5 years. He's sort of very loud. He doesn't seem to know what's going on. He wants to be friends all the time.
One of those, eh? Hey, come on, suckers. Come on, back to the stalag.
5 minutes screwdriver with you, someone. Ah, that's meant to be a lake man, not a cesspool.
Why didn't my father meet me? Is he away again?
Oh no, Clive, he's here. Very much here.
How do you mean?
Clive, there you are. Now then, I told you to trust Henry, didn't I? Hey, well, you come on, get with me. Excuse us. You reach you that room. In you go. Come on. Hurry, hurry. Go on. Feast your eyes, boy. Well, what do you think? It's absolutely authentic. Here, look at the details on these tracks. Here, and the logos. It's all the perfect scale. And there, up there, see, that is the Darjeeling Himalaya Run. Hey, it's so real. You close your eyes and you can almost smell it. Ha! India. You do remember it, don't you?
But where are all the people?
We are the people, Clive. You and I. This is our world, don't you see? It's just complete and waiting. It just needs us to control it. Here. Let me show you. Oh, this is a proper dream for boys. Not scrawlings on scraps of paper. Can you feel it? All that power at your fingertips. Now you're in control of 100 tons of the finest English engineering. You have a go. No, not like that. Oh, drive like that, you'll have a derailment. Out of the way. I can see it's going to be a long haul before we make a railwayman out of you.
Don't you like it?
What is it?
It's a curry. I found the recipe. Well?
Well, it's not quite pucker. I'd say it was a bit of a fire hazard. You could call the fire brigade to a thing like that. Ha!
Sorry, I'm sure.
It's not too bad, Mrs. Dewey.
There's more to curry than curry powder. It's an art. Tomorrow I'll show you. My Madras is renowned. What's for pudding?
Just some corn flour and blancmange.
Oh, good. Shape.
May I ask you something?
By all means.
Mother's things. What happened to them?
I thought it best to get rid of them. I'm not one for relics, do you see? Mementos are like millstones. They pull you down, stop you going forward. So I put them all on the burning ghat, so to speak. I put it all behind me. I felt better.
But why did you put the train set in her bedroom?
Well, it was the only room in the house without a purpose.
I'll get the pudding.
Despot opens Maryland Railway. The proud of the nation are out in force for the grand opening of the new Maryland Railway. 20th of June 1950. Special dispatch by Clive Sitchell, railway correspondent. All the knobs are there. They wear their Sunday best, and the ladies wear furs with the heads still on. Secret plans. The despot dreamed the railway inside his head, and all the people built it from the secret blueprints he had made. He said he wanted it to go up a mountain, so the people went to the hills and moved rock with their naked fingers. Maryland was once a peaceful land, ruled by a gentle lady. The people loved her. They loved her words, which were happy in a dark time. But the despot ordered the track to go straight, and the lady's house was in the way, so he burnt it.
He didn't get rid of everything. I managed to save this for you.
I don't understand. Why does he want to just forget her?
I don't know, Clive. Everyone's different. Sometimes remembering things, people, can hurt very much.
Come in, boy. Just in time for the early shift, eh?
Why are you talking like that?
Ah, apprentice reporting for duty, eh? Come in. Welcome to the signal box. What's so funny, boy?
Why are you dressed up like that?
Never seen a locomotive driver before? We can't all be toffs, can we? Hey, can't all have a bath at every station, can we?
Father?
Don't you think I deserve a proper name now?
How do you mean?
Well, father's just a title, isn't it? I mean, even engines have names. That old girl up there, she's called Laurel.
Well, what do you want me to call you?
Henry. That's my name, isn't it?
Henry.
That's better. No formality here.
I was wondering.
What?
I was wondering if I could go into the village for a while. There's a comic. And I entered a competition and I want to see if I...
Nonsense. First day on duty and you want time off? Now, how do you feel about taming the Iron Monster, boy?
Well...
Handling steam is like a sailor with the sea, cunning against brute strength. Remember that. Show respect, but never fear. Now we start with the points. You know what points are, don't you, boy, eh?
Of course. Henry.
A sharp, even push, clean and concise. Like so. Now you try it. No, boy, I just told you, sharp and even.
Dear Inky, thanks for your missive. Sounds like your old man's definitely gone off the rails. Does he give you lines and all? Ministry man goes loco. Too much foreign sun fried his brains. Say top psychiatrist. Too much curry and pinkers. Sobs his poor widow mother, you bogner. From his bard suite at Broadmoor, Capbrain Sitchell says, Call me Henry, boys. And by the way, my favourite music's by Cole Porter. I'd love to see you in this lecture he's giving. Could be a new. Still, the railway sounds terrific. When can I see it then? Using the dictionary, scoop rhythm.
You know, ladies, if you ever wanted proof that man is a superior being, you have only to look at a locomotive. Well, just tell me, what other creature could build a monster so powerful that it would crush him like a beetle, and yet tame it, control it, make it utterly docile? Yes, the steam engine was man's glorious achievement. Nothing will ever quite match it again. Diesel, electrification, you can forget them all. Once, I was a long way from home, near the mountains in Mindapore. And it was the rainy season, everything was sodden. I had to walk the last mile or so in the mud. Monkeys were screeching, trees were dripping. And then, quite suddenly, I broke through to a clearing. And there was one of those wonderful little pug engines. Pug! Pug! You know, one of those little saddle tank chaps that one used to see shunting around the dockyards before the war. Yes. No, boy, no. Yes, it was shunting timber trucks around the yard, and do you know, it was spanking clean, as bright as a pin. All's well, I said. The railway's here. I didn't feel cut off anymore, do you see? Man, civilized man, had made his path. Thank you. Thank you.
We did so enjoy your little talk, Mr. Sitchell.
Yes, it was so very vivid, so vibrant.
That's very kind of you.
And now we're going to see you in action.
I beg your pardon?
At the steam fair. You know, the engines.
Oh, well...
Well, I must say I'd never thought of them as powerful beasts before. But now every time I see one, I shall think of you.
All aboard! Tickets, please!
Mr. Sitchell.
Morning.
How did it go last night?
Oh, very well, I'd say. Very well indeed.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Look, have you seen Clive?
Oh, I expect he's enjoying himself in the sunshine.
Only I was expecting him upstairs, do you see?
Don't you think this railway thing's gone a bit far? These badges, uniforms, all this fancy dress.
Fancy dressed? What can you mean?
All I meant was, Clive does have his own hobbies. He's got a wonderful imagination for a boy of his age. You should see some of
It seems to me that Clive's been allowed to daydream for far too long. It's about time he had some proper boys' games.
Aren't boys excused games sometimes?
Excused? What on earth for?
Mr. Sitchell, do try to remember it is his holiday as much as yours. There, you can have this back now.
Thank you.
Finished.
Well, when you see him, tell him I'll be waiting for him. In the signal box. Where were you?
I went for a walk.
I was expecting you. I thought we had business here.
I thought you were out.
I don't have to be here for this railway to live. Whenever I happen to be, there'll always be a part of me here in this room, on this railway. When you're in here, you're not alone. Remember that. I'll be here with you, do you see? I have to be in London tomorrow, and I'm leaving you with a mission.
A mission?
I'm setting you a task to solve. I'm sending you on a quest, if you like.
Sorry?
It's very simple, boy. This here's a list of rolling stock. Now, I want it assembled in this precise order as it's written down. Now, you can use the points, the decouplers, the turntable, and the tracks, but don't you ever touch the trains.
But it's all mixed up.
Exactly. Now that's the nub of it. I want you to use your savvy, boy.
I thought this was supposed to be a game.
Games have targets. Games have rules. Games have penalties.
But...
No, all you need is a little savvy and a pen and paper. You're a bit of a scribbler, aren't you, boy? Hey? Look after my beauty, won't you? Good morning. Miss Nelson.
You are?
Sitchell. Henry Sitchell.
Oh, yes. Wait there, would you? Mr. Gervais won't be long.
Green tank engine, power petrol tanker, grey cattle truck, cream box van, brake van. God, that's daft.
Sitchell. Oh, please, sit down. It must be, what, 4 years?
5.
Oh, quite. It's a long time, isn't it? A long time. So, how are you enjoying being home?
Well, since my wife handed in her keys.
Oh, yes. We're all most distressed about that. Look, the reason I called you in was because, well, this could just become your office.
My office?
Yes, indeed. I think I could put in a word for you. In the right quarters.
But you're mistaken. I'm off back to India in a couple of weeks.
Oh, quite. But you know the situation since partition. We've only been mounting a rearguard operation, as it were. Service is wound down. We're no longer exactly the most gratiae personae.
But I have to go back. There's years of uncompleted work.
Please, don't think your devotion's gone unnoticed. All that traipsing about dispensing the King's justice. But we're pulling back now.
Look, I have to go back. There's absolutely no question. There's a land dispute at Sindra. This is absolute rubbish. If the ordnance changes, all the maps have to be totally redrawn.
Don't you have a son here?
Yes, I do. But
look, I'm only telling you what you know already. Our tenure there is over. It's only a matter of time. Scant time. I do want you to think carefully.
I did it! Yeah!
Join us, do.
So sorry. Sorry.
I was trying to explain to the young ladies devil do you think you're doing? Playing games? What the blazes is going on? Infesting my railway with ruddy dolls? You've turned the whole thing into a freak show!
Please don't. They're models. Sort of people. There are always hundreds of people in India.
Look at it! Make a wonderful headline in your silly tuppenny-halfpenny rag sheet, wouldn't it, eh? Carnage in Toy Town!
But it's all right when you dress up. That's playing games too. Isn't it?
Is that what you think?
I finished the task. I did it. I really did it.
I've just had about enough for one day.
Please let me show you. It's here in the siding.
Yes, we'll discuss that tomorrow. In the meantime, you get rid of this shambles!
I'm back.
May one inquire where you've been, Mrs. Dewey?
Mr. Sitchell, I do have a right to some privacy. Surely my evenings are my own business. Have you eaten anything, Clive? Are you hungry? Well, you'd better have something. You stay there, I'll bring you a sandwich and some milk.
Look what I've found, Clive. Amongst your dolls and what-not. Edwin the Express. Do you remember it, Clive? Toot, toot. Out of my way, said Edwin. You're blocking the track, and I'm late for my connection. But Tarquin the tanker wouldn't budge. So Edwin gave him a nudge, just a gentle little push. Biff, he went. And like all bullies, Tarquin quickly backed down. Oh, he pleaded, please don't touch me. I've got a tender behind. What? Poppycock. Talking trains, indeed? Only a clown would make trains talk, eh, Clive? Ha!
I'm going to bed. Good night, Mrs. Dewey.
All right, dear, you go up. I'll bring this to your room.
Chuffing off to bed, are we, Clive? Chuff, chuff! Wee, wee!
The Broken Wheel by Clive Sitchell, military correspondent. A call to arms. Join our new secret army. It is called the Broken Wheel. It is made in memory of Our Lady, who must never be forgotten, ever, like he forgets. His trains always run on time, like Mussolini, but they must be stopped. Death to the despot. We will fight for her. People of Maryland, your country needs you. The despot must be smashed.
Mr. Sitchell.
About Clive.
Yes? What is it you wanted to say about Clive?
Oh, no matter.
It's all right, Mr. Sitchell, really.
It's of no consequence. I'm sorry to disturb you. Good night.
Please leave it.
Clive! What are you doing here? You frightened me half to death.
I like it here.
This isn't a playground. I daren't even think what your father would say.
He'd say, it's not pucker. Do you see, Clive?
You ought to be at home with him, you know. He isn't going to be here much longer.
I hate it. It's his train. He said he did it for me, but it was for him. Now everything's his. The house, the holiday, the village. It's not Mother's at all anymore. He's taken everything.
Clive, what did you write about in your paper?
It's private.
You could be wrong about him, you know.
I'm not.
Clive, look at me. He hasn't taken everything. I promise you.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
Open the boiler now. Put in some coal. So you think I'm funny, do you? Like my trains? Eh? An object of derision. Well, I'll just show you how funny we are. Huh?
Biscuit.
Thank you, no.
How is Bridgeley these days?
Fine.
Pretty little village. It's much prettier. It's a boy, huh? Warren, is it?
Clive, he's back at school.
Look, Henry, let me put it frankly. Your task in India is over. I mean, there are details, most assuredly, but anybody can handle them. There is no overriding reason for you to return.
But that's nonsense. I have to return.
Well, I can't stop you, but it's only a question of months.
I will do the job I was assigned to do.
Yes, I was afraid you might insist. Look, there is an alternative. The Under-Secretary. Well, he has dealings with the royal household of Jidra. The old boy's very pro-British. He's besotted with the service, doesn't want us to leave. And he has asked us to find an ex-DO to be some sort of major domo. Inspire terror into his loyal subjects, that kind of thing.
Yes. I know him. He's a wily old crook, but he can be handled. I've crossed swords with him before. Yes. I think I can handle him.
Well, we could arrange some kind of loose secondment. But it's your pension rights, severance pay. Well,
No matter.
and you would be a servant, I'm afraid. Not a public servant anymore. There's a world of difference, you know.
I understand.
Please, don't be precipitate, old chap. Do give it a great deal of consideration. I had thought with this long summer at home with your son, well, you might have rediscovered the charms of home.
The summer's over.
Sir, what would you like?
Whiskey. Large. One more. And whatever the ladies have it. Lord.
What's the matter?
Last train. I missed my last train.
Dear. Seems to me like you need somewhere to stay for the night.
Yes.
Come on, then.
Excuse me. Briefcase.
Sweetheart? Home, sweet home. You can take your time and I'll get ready first, shall I? At ease.
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're not on parade now, you know.
Oh.
Trouble is that quite a lot of well-meaning people are taken in. They can feed propaganda. What is happening?
I'm sorry. My mistake.
Such a son. Forget your brolly.
What?
Thank you.
Good night.
We are the common.
I'm not disturbing you, am I?
No.
It's just that I've had a letter from Clive. He wants to bring a friend home for his long weekend.
Is he asking permission or is he informing us of the fact?
Mr. Sitchell, you know he wouldn't do anything without your approval, especially as it's your last weekend at home. I take it you haven't changed your mind?
Passage is booked. I'm off on Tuesday.
What about Clive?
Oh, tell him to bring his friend if he wants to. I've no objections.
No, I didn't mean that.
What difference does one extra boy make?
Mr. Sitchell, surely...
I'm going for a walk. I'll be back before supper.
Would you mind if I came with you?
I'm sorry. After you. You know, I really...
Sorry.
Oh, no, please. Go ahead.
So then the art teacher told him to use some elbow grease. Clive went to the shelf and started looking at the bottles. What are you doing, the teacher said. And Clive said, I'm looking for the elbow grease, sir.
He said that?
He got a clip round the air of his cheek, and of course the boys thought it was all a great hoot.
What a chump! Ha!
Yes, but well, the point is he really didn't know what elbow grease is. He just had never heard the expression.
I can't believe that.
That's the whole thing about Clive, really. He sees a lot, but he misses things.
Well, he'll soon learn.
There's so much you don't know about Clive.
Hmm?
But he's had nobody to tell him these things. He needs a father around him, you know. I had hoped that, well, maybe.
You know, it's a funny thing. When I'm in India, jostling with the crowds, all those great masses of people, it's of this that I think, you know. Birds singing, quiet voices, no anger.
Perhaps because you belong here. You missed it.
Ah, yes, you see. But when I'm here, all I think of is India. If I close my eyes, I can almost hear it. The yells of the saffron sellers, the clatter of carts, the people quarrelling. All that noise.
Surely there's enough to keep you here. All of us, we... What about Clive?
You've done a first-rate job there, you know, Mrs. Dewey.
There's only a certain amount I can do, under the circumstances. I mean, I'm not family, Mr. Sitchin.
You know, you're right, Mrs. Dewey. I think I've assumed far too much. You will carry on looking after Clive for me, won't you?
You know full well I will.
Journalist. All the paraphernalia. Clive Sitchell, capable and interested. Clive is under the impression he's clever.
This is...
Sydney, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Sydney Renton, sir. But Inky, Clive, said I might call you Henry. Henry?
Did he? Did he indeed?
Yes, sir.
Do sit down, boys.
Ah, Tiffin.
Thank you, Mrs. Tiffin.
No, Sydney, dear, I'm Mrs. Dewey. Tiffin means snack. It's Indian.
Oh.
Yes, there's lots of funny words in this house. I've picked some of them up. I enjoy a gup. That means a good gossip. Walla means servant. And if you want them to look sharp, you say, Jildy, Jildy, isn't it, Mr. Sitchell? And I hope you'll grow up to be a Pukka Sahib, Sydney. That means a proper gentleman.
Some hope.
And anyone who goes potty goes tap doolally. You've heard of that one, I expect.
Not much of a trencherman, are you, Sydney?
Eh?
He means you don't eat much, Sydney.
Yes, I do. It's just I don't like all this foreign stuff. If you're
Mrs. Dewey? I mean, what happened to Mr. Dewey?
Well, I must say, you're a very direct young man, aren't you, Sidney? But it's no secret. Mr. Dewey, Peter, was killed in France, at Dunkirk. He...
Oh, it must have been great, fighting in the war and that.
Well...
when can we ever go on your train set, sir?
So you're a bit of a railwayman, are you?
Yeah.
Now look.
I don't care what you three get up to, but you've got a date tonight, all of you.
Eh? What do you mean, Mrs. Dewey?
You'll see.
Bloody amateur theatricals.
It's much more than that, and you know it.
Wouldn't you just believe it? It's raining again. This wretched country, it never stops.
It's what makes Wales so pleasant. I mean, whatever else would we talk about?
Foreigners laugh at us for talking about the weather all the time.
It's different for them, Mitzi. They don't have the variety.
It's all very well for you three girls sitting around talking about it. What about my cricket match?
Poor Blaze. And he's such an active man.
Poor Blaze. It's the story of your life, isn't it? Rain stopped play. Well, it's not stopping me. I'm off.
Me too. It can't last forever.
Don't cut a chill, whatever you shepherd's pie.
Oh, you never get it right.
Where's Faye?
So sorry to keep you all waiting.
At last, now we can go. Come on, chaps. Come with me, do.
Don't take any notice of the others. It's you I want, Faye. Don't you see? The others. I mean, look at Miranda. She's too flighty. It's always been you, Faye. Take me to Africa.
No, Blaze. I'm not the woman for you. You belong to peace, to rain, to Wales. I'm a passionate woman, Blaze. I need a wider stage. I need a hot country and heated men. I must go alone.
Mrs. Dewey.
Clive.
I never knew my mother could write so well.
May one?
I wish she was here.
Oh, thank you. Well, oh, Jean, I must say, you know, I've never been much of a stage door, Johnny, and I never had much time for dramatics, but you were quite splendid.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sitchell. That's very nice.
Henry, please, we've known each other long enough. No, please, no. That suits you like that.
Now you're embarrassing me. Clive, why don't you go and get some orange juice? You could get me one, too. So, have you enjoyed it?
Pinky.
I mean, who put all this together?
Well, our director, Cecil. Excuse me. This is Henry Sitchell, Cecil Fortescue.
Nice of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's very good, wasn't it?
Very good. Yes, well, as I was saying, splendid. Come in.
Holy Shadrach!
Like it, do you, Sidney?
It's almost real.
It is real.
started. Come on, get up. Let's get out of here before... Look, half the day's gone already. Oh.
Where have you been? We've been waiting for you. We? Me and Henry. Did he give you that? Yeah, I'm a railway man now.
Let's get out of here.
Ooh.
Go to the place I was telling you about. You know, the broken wheel. I told you about it. It's a secret camp. We could be rebels in the wild. We could make a campfire and cook spuds and toast slugs.
Nah, first train. It's more fun. Besides, you got this competition lined up. What competition? He told me. Said it was your last chance.
He said that?
Yeah, but he knows you're too wet to win.
Right, boys. This is the challenge. You will have an engine apiece. Around the countryside are 20 items of rolling stock, hidden in lay-bys, in sheds, and at the ends of branch lines. The winner will be the first to assemble an engine with 5 coaches and bring it in glory to St. Saviour's Station. Are you ready, boys? Hold your throttles. Are you steady? Watch your steam. Go! While you race, the network will still be in use. The express is on the line and will take precedence. You will not be reckless. You will not steal each other's lines. You will observe signals and rules. And remember, I am the network. I am the arbiter. I am watching. Well done, Sydney. Clive! Clive! You stay right where you are! How dare you behave like that? You made a fool of yourself and you shamed me.
I had to stop. You know that.
You're my son. I can't show you favors. Do you think I didn't want you to win? Do you think I didn't want you to beat that little spiv?
It's always what you want. You never ask me what I want, about what I think. You never ask about school, about English. I'm top of the form. I got an Alpha minus. I don't want to be a train driver or or look at elephants. You don't understand anything. You don't care about anybody. You never loved my mother. You never came back when she was ill. You couldn't even get here before she died. You haven't once been back to her grave. All you care about is trains.
Do you want your hat back then, Henry?
Well, goodbye, Jean. And thank you.
You go with your father, Clive. I'll wait here.
You know I have to go back, don't you? People out there depend on me, do you see?
Mind your backs, please. Mind your backs. Sorry troubling, sir.